So this is my second dream that I've had in the last couple days that I really feel like I need to share. So it's September 14th, 2019. I had this dream this morning. It was just one of those dreams where I woke up again and it was that panicky feeling and like try to go back to sleep and constantly be like, no, don't forget this dream. It was that kind of a dream. So I'm just going to go right into it. So at the start of the dream, I was with my mom and I was in Georgia again, and there was another female presence there in the dream, and I don't really know who that was. And I remember they were having a conversation that I was over listening to was about, they were like, what's going on with the weather right now? It's really crazy. And like, I don't know what's going on. The weather is going chaotic all around the world. And I remember I started jumping into the conversation and I was like, Jesus is getting ready to come back. I was like, we're in the end days. These are all the signs that were going to happen, that this was going to happen, this stuff. And I was like, it's God's judgment on the earth and he's very angry because of the sins of man. And I remember I was crying so hard in this dream and it felt so real. The tears, I felt everything. It felt so real. And I remember right after I was telling them that and crying to them and telling them that people need to repent and turn to Jesus before it's too late, and first I felt this breeze come over me, like this wind, and then I looked over and I saw this TV, and on this TV there was only the map of Florida. So I'm looking at Florida and I see the eye of Florida, which is, I guess, called Lake Okeechobee. I don't know if I said that correctly. Just found out about it for the first time today on maps when I looked it up. I saw Lake Okeechobee, and what I was paying attention to was over to the left, to the west coast of Florida. There was Bradenton, Sarasota, and Tampa, but it was a little bit under Sarasota as well. And the whole entire side of Florida was just under that satellite image of what a hurricane would look like. It was all white wind over there. And I started feeling this wind that while I was looking at the news channel, I was feeling winds. That's all I kept getting was lots of winds. I don't know if it's a hurricane or it's going to be really like strong, dangerous winds, because I remember I saw people trying to get out of Florida and go into southern Georgia, like they were trying to get away from the storm. So that's what made me think that it could have been a hurricane. But I remember it was just fearful, like it was terrifying and devastating feeling. And all of a sudden I saw a roller coaster. Like I was zoomed in and I saw roller coasters. I don't know if any roller coasters are in that area. If anybody lives around that area or knows of any roller coasters out there, please feel free to leave that in the comments section. I do know that there are roller coasters in Orlando. I don't know if that represents that storm's so big that it's going to affect Orlando. I'm not sure. But after I saw that, I saw people rushing into South Georgia, and then in the midst of all the people going into southern Georgia, there was one of my old family friends. He goes by the name Jonathan. Now, the name, God wanted me to focus on the name of Jonathan. It wasn't the fact of the person in the dream, because there wasn't much going on in the dream with the person. He was just, I remember he was a main person in my dream that God was showing me to pay attention to the name. So I woke up this morning and I went on Google and I looked up the biblical name meaning of Jonathan. I always look up the biblical meaning or Hebrew meaning, and it means God has given. I literally felt in my soul that was God saying, I have given you this dream to share, to warn my people, and to warn people that this is coming, that there's destruction's coming, and like some kind of weather phenomenon is going to happen in Florida, and that he's warning ahead of time, so that way when you see it happening, you know that he was merciful to spread this message out before it happened. Oh, I got goosebumps just now. He's a merciful God. Oh, I love you, Abba. I love you so much. He's a merciful God, and he loves and he doesn't want anybody to perish. That's why he gives us these warnings. I'll link some scriptures in the description box down below. I know that in Job it talks about how he sends man into deep slumber, and he speaks to them through dreams, and he shares them fearful sights and things in your dreams to scare people in a healthy way, because we're supposed to fear God in a healthy way. This is not scare tactics, and this is literally a healthy fear. This is, you should be afraid, because this is what turns people to God. So please, this is a dream to warn people. We are living in the end days, and that Jesus is literally about to come back soon. I'll link some scriptures in the description box on all of that. We know that we would see these signs, and that his people will know the seasons and the times that we're in. It's so obvious that we're in the end days. Yeah, so I really feel like I really needed to share this dream with you, and I love you all, and God bless each and every one of you. Bye.